by using the code commit, like Git and GitHub or anything. So how to do the automation, like how to deploy the application, all the things we'll see. Okay, see here already I had the one repository, so infotech repository. So in that I created the one sample web application index.html file. Here you can able to see, right? So in that index.html file, it having the some code. This is the code. With this code, what is the content? It will be there. In sense, like this is the content. Here you can able to see, right? AWS CSED. This content it will become. Okay, just for demo purpose. Okay, I created this web page. Okay, when I create the one EC2 instance, already one instance is running. So demo. If you see this one, okay, it's up and running. Okay, this is up and running. What AWS CSD everything. Okay, what we are going to do, right? Whenever we updated the code in code commit, in the code commit or Git or GitHub anywhere, so it automatically trigger the deployment pipeline, and it should deploy the code into EC2 instance. Like that, we are going to see. Like what is exactly code deploy? What is code? What is mean by pipeline? That and all we are going to see. See, just as of now, we'll go with the first deploy. What is mean by code deploy? Code deploy in the sense like we are going, we are having the applications and all the things, right? So how many ways we can able to deploy, what are the things we can apply? We having the EC2 instance. Most of the cases in AWS, what we'll use the EC2 instance to maintain the applications and websites, all those things. Right. So if you and one more service is called ECS, okay, containers, Dockers, right, and EKS clusters, all those things it will be there, and S3. The S3 we can able to choose the static website, right? So those things and all we can able to deploy our application website or any application from here directly. How to do all the things we will see in the demo. Okay, and if you go with the pipeline, right? In the pipeline, what it will do, like in the pipeline, in the sense, like in the starting, we have in the GitHub, right? Whenever we are updating the code in the GitHub, so automatically it trigger the deploy. Okay, it automatically trigger to the deploy. So whenever when we got trigger this pipeline, right? So when you updated anything on the code, see it automatically trigger to the pipeline. The pipeline will connect to the deploy code deploy. It will run the deployment and it will push the code to our local server, EC2 server. Then it will, like for that and all, we having some set of file like you have seen here, right? So we have created one file called appspec.yml. Appspec.yml. So what exactly the appspec.yml? Okay, in this one we are using this OS, Linux OS files. Which files? This is my source. Okay, in like when we have copied, when we have pushed this deployment script, right? That having the some its default path. So it will take the default path. So what are the files we want to move? Those things and all will be here. Okay, so here slash index.html in the sense like it will be the index.html file. Okay, it will copy that only index.html file. And what it will do, the destination, what is the destination? This is a var www.html. It will update the file here. Okay, so this is a sample index.html file. Okay, we not did all the things like we need to restart the applications. See, whenever we are doing this deployments, right? When if you want zero downtime, this is directly you can deploy all the things. When you want to restart the applications, all the things it will be there, right? So here in the down, you need to build scripts will be there. So you need to write you need to make one more folder called scripts. In that scripts, you need to write start and stop services, like that script you need to write, and in this YAML file you need to write that scripts. Okay, that I'm not going to do right now. Okay, just what I'm going to do, how to deploy the website to the EC2 instance in automatic way. When we are updating the code, it's got a reflect into the code or not. We are going to see that one. Okay, and we will see auto approval. Like when we have updated the code, right? So if automatically it got updated and it deployed to the production, right, it may having some conflicts on that code. So we are our server went down, right? So how to overcome that or not? So we are maintaining the one approval. So we in the approval, whenever we are giving the commits, like whenever when the code got triggered, right? So then it will ask for the confirmation. We need to approve. Then only it will build. Okay. We have seen for the code commit, right? Approvals, all the things. Same like that. In the code pipeline, we will go into add the stages. Okay. For stage one, stage two. Like that. So in the stage one, what we'll do in the stage one, we'll copy the code from the code commit and we'll push to the server. So next we are going to see approval, all the things we are going to set up. Then after that, we are going to deploy to the EC2 server. Okay, and for major thing for this and all, like a code committer and EC2 instance. So we need to make the trust between all the services. Why? Because like in the both in the code committer, code deploy, and EC2 instance, everything will be native tools of AWS, right? So in the native tools of AWS, right? So we in the internally it should communicate, right? How to internally it should communicate by using the roles. So we need to create the appropriate roles for that one. Okay. So we'll see what all the roles we need to create, or what all the where we need to attach the roles, or what all the things I need to install. So whenever we are installing the EC2 instance, right? Whenever we are doing the code deploy, all those things, we need to install the code commit agent. Okay. Code commit, code deploy agent we need to install. Okay, then only it will be communicate to that server and it deploy the appropriate things on that. Okay, make sure. So for that and all, what we need to do, we need to create one instance. Okay, I will go to the here. So I'm making the CI/CD demo one server name. Okay, I'm taking the Linux, Amazon Linux, T2.micro. I'm selecting the key pair, city provider, same enable automatic IP. So for the communication between the code deploy and code pipeline, we require the 80 port. So generally we will use the 80 port for our website, right? So for this code commit and all, we require the 80 port should be enabled. Okay, that's why I'm enabling the HTTP port 80 for anywhere. So this is will be the same 8 GB as of now. It's enough for me. Okay, come now we'll do the we need to do the all the configuration, right? We need to install the agent, we need to do the all those things and all will be there, and we need to install the HTTPD. All those things we need to do, right? How to do all those things it will take we need to do it in a manual. So we need to go, need to update all those things and we need to install it. Like this will be there, right? So what I'm doing, just by using the bash script, I'm running from here only. Okay, so here one more thing. Here I told you, right, to communicate between the EC2 and code commit. So we need to create one role. So here we need to create one role. Already I have created one role. CACD commit. Code deploy EC2 role. Okay, we will see. See what permission we need to provide. Create a role. Code deploy. This is my role. So what I'm doing, I'm giving the Amazon EC2 role for code deploy. Okay. See, for the role and all, you need to select the service, which service you're going to select. You need to select the EC2 instance. See, whenever creating the role, right, here you need to select the service. Which service we need to select? We need to select the EC2. Okay, next. Here, code deploy. So here is the right Amazon managed role. Amazon EC2 role for Amazon AWS CodePipeline. We need to provide this permission to that role. Okay. So while launching itself, I'm attaching that role. Why? Because I have already created, right? So here IAM instance profile is there, right? By using that, we are directly attached. Okay. So done. We have attached it. So all the things I done right. So as of now, like this is you can able to see the user data. So here user data will be there, right? So by using the user data, only I'm adding all those things and installing the packages. So how to do these things and all. This is a script. Okay. Here you can able to see this is a script bin bash script. What I'm doing, I'm updating the things. Okay, and sudo yum install Ruby. We are installing the Ruby for the code deploy agent, and by using the to in the future we are going to run the scripts, right? So for the scripts and all, we are using the Ruby on to run the automated scripts. So we are, I told you, right? We need to create one scripts folder, and inside that we need to create the one script files, start and stop, all those things we need to do, right? So this install HTTPD, Apache, all the services will be there, right? Those things and all also we can do it from the scripts. We need to see every time whenever you are creating the things, right? Whenever it pipeline got triggered, every time it will run those things, right? So that is not required. So that's why what we are doing, we are updating here only. Everything we are updating here. So I'm installing the Ruby. Here I'm giving the why. Why? Because yes, like some instances will be asked for the permissions, right? Should I install or not? So I'm keeping the yes. So that's why here I'm giving the why. If you don't give the why, right, it will stop there itself. Don't run. It will create the instance, but execution will be stopped here itself. Okay. So then what I'm doing, I'm installing the wget. So by default in Amazon, it will be there, wget. But why I'm installing it? If not there, it will be installed. Okay. What is the use of wget? Wget will be to download the package from the internet. See, like we having the URL of that server, right? Like any URL of the image. So by using the wget, that path, URL path, paste it and enter, it will download it to your local. Okay. So I done that one. So just next time providing the permission to install. I install the code deploy, right? I'm giving the execution permission to the install code deploy. Next, I'm starting the sudo service code deploy agent start. I'm starting the agent. Done. Agent is started. Then what I'm doing, I'm installing the HTTPD Apache. Okay. For that also I'm giving the yes. So it will ask, right. So next systemctl start HTTPD. I'm starting the server. Okay. So by doing all those things, right, we don't need to go and see the server. No need to log into the server. Everything it will run and it will update all those things, right? Just what we need to do, we need to check the things. That's it. Okay. So what we'll do, I will create the launch instance. So we will wait for some time. The server will come up, right? Then with that server, if you put the IP address, right, it should come up with all the things on with HTTPD and code deploy, all things it will be installed. We'll validate those things on it will be installed or not. Okay, you got it right. For you are going to deploy it in the EC2 instance, right? You need to provide the role. Okay. I think let's check it. See, I didn't do anything. So now only we launch it, right? All those things, it will take some time now. See, statistics. No, the statistics, everything should run, right? It will take some time to update all the instance. So, did I install manually the HTTPD server? No, right. Automatically it got installed. So it's up and running. Okay. We want check. We can go it in the server. We can connect to the server and we can check it. Define system CD status HTTPD. See, active up and running. Right. By default in the Linux we don't come right. We are installed and we will check the one more service called for this code commit. Sudo service status. See, here you can able to see the AWS CodeDeploy agent is running. Right. I have installed automatically it installed right around. So we don't need to do anything on this server, right? Okay, we have did all the created all the things. We have set up that the with the HTTPD Apache server and everything on that. Okay, it's fine. Now, see, I have this code, all the things repository. I'm having the code index.html. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to push this code to EC2 instance. Okay. Okay. What I will do, I will create one deployment. In the deployment, we need to create one application. Your application is there, right? Create an application. What I will give the demo compute platform to which compute what are the things we can able to use for the compute platform EC2 and on premises and lambda functions and ECS. Okay, I'm going to EC2 instance. Create application. This is a deployment of an application. So after creating this application, right, what we need to do, we need to create the deployment group. Okay, how to do the deployment group? Here you can able to come down, right? Here you can able to see deployment group, right? Click on deployment group. Come down. You need to give the deployment group name. So I'm giving demo underscore DG deployment group. Okay, here you can able to see, right? Here it will asking for the service role. Enter a service role with a code deploy permission that grants AWS code deploy access to your target instances. So here which role we need to provide in the sense we need to provide the code deploy role. Okay, I'll check. So which role we need to create here, right? We need to create code deploy role with the permission of code deploy. See, roles. Right. AWS code deploy role. The only is selected, right? All right. So which one we need to create here? Create a role, AWS service. You need to select the which one you need to select. So we are using the code deploy. So you click on next step. Here you can able to see permission policies. Automatically it came. Okay. The AWS code deploy role. It automatically it will came. So click on next. Give the role name and create it. Okay. Done. So I'm already having the role, right? I'm using that code deploy role. Okay. I'm using the deployment ABC in place. Okay. And which one in the environment configuration? So which one select any combination of EC2 auto scaling. You want to update in the auto scaling. We have the auto scaling, right? The auto scaling, we are adding the launch configuration, all those things, right? So in the IMS, all those things, it will be there. So when the scaling up, right, it should take from the auto scaling template and it will launch the server. So you are going to update over there or any EC2 instance or any on-premises server. So as of now, I'm going with the EC2 instance. Click on Amazon EC2 instance. So here, how to provide your EC2 instance in the sense, we need to using the tags, we are going to provide our instance. So I'm using the tags. Tag name will be the name. Value will be the right. So CSCD underscore demo. Yes, there. Click on that one. Here you can able to see matching instances. One unique match instance is there. Okay. Here you can able to see, right. Like if you giving any false like demo. Okay, did you able to see anything? No, right. Why? Because there is a no instances will be running on that tag. Okay, one unique instance is there. So, like here you can able to see agent configuration with the system manager. Install the AWS CodeDeploy agent. If we want to install from here in the deployment, you can use it this one. For this, you require the SSM role. We cover the SSM, right? So we need to add the SSM role, right? So whenever you are creating this role, right, on that time you need to update the SSM permissions on that role and you need to update. Like we are not using that one, right? Directly we are installing with a script. So this is a not required. Click on never. Okay, and here deployment settings will be there, right? Okay, see, as of now, I'm using the single instance. That's fine. Okay, if what if I'm having a 10 instances? So I want the same deployment should be run. Same deployment should need to do. So in that cases, like it will be here, you can able to see three options. Code deploy default one at a time. That means it will run the only one deployment at once, and after that one more. After that one more, like in the queue way. Okay, here one more option called create deploy default off at time. That means if you are having a 10 instances, so it will run first 5. Then after that, next 5, it will be done. Okay, that will be the case. In the next one, code deploy default all at once. If you're having 10, it should run 10 deployment should be run at a time. Okay, that is the case here. So if I select anything that won't applicable to me, why? Because I'm having only one. So I will select the all at one. So if you want to create any deployment configuration, you can able to create by clicking on this. Do you want any manual configuration will be there if you want to create like that. So I'm not having any load balancer. So I'm declaring this one. So I'm creating a deployment group. Done. Okay, as of now, we have done with created the deployment target to the instance, all those things we have done, all those things. So now what we need to do, we need to integrate the code for me to code deploy all the things using the pipeline. See, nowhere we have mentioned in the code deploy, we haven't mentioned anywhere. This is my code, update over there, like that we didn't mention anywhere. Right or wrong? So here we are going to see those things on the. So if you come to the pipeline, that's about the deploy, code deploy. So if you knew what we are going to see now, we are going to see the pipelines. Click on the pipelines. Here, need to create the pipeline. Pipeline. These are the pipeline types, V1 or V2, like anything you can able to create it, not an issue. So here for this also, it will create one role, pipeline. Okay. See, whenever you're creating it for everything, it requires roles. Why? Because this will be the AWS native. Okay. So it will create automatically one role for you. Here you can able to see, right? Whatever the name you are giving, with that name, it will create one role for you. If you add any existing role, if you want to go with any 7, see, I will go with the 7 input tech. Okay. See, it is going to create the 7 input tech. Okay. Might be this one having the one role, I think so. We'll check. We'll return. So in the advanced section. If you see the advanced section, right? So it will store the artifacts, all the things in the S3 bucket. It will create the location called Amazon S3 with that ES is stored in this bucket name. Okay, what all the things it will be there, right? It will be stored in the S3 bucket. Okay, if you want to store in the custom location, you can go and click on there and you can create it. You can store over there. I'm going with the default one. So we know the Amazon managed keys. If you want to go with the managed keys or custom managed keys, click on next. So here you are getting the pop-up. Why? Because I'm already having the service role name card already exists. So important. That's why it not take. So if you want to go with existing role, click on 7 I'm using this role. Got it. So same, everything done. Click on next. Here it will asking for the source. What is mean by source? So source in the sense like we having the code, right? That is the source. We need to select the source. It will be like it will be asked for the some all the things. So your code will be in the S3 bucket, might be in the code commit, might be in the ECR, GitHub, GitLab. These are the repositories, right? So all the things we can able to integrate here. Okay. It not only independent with not only with the AWS you can do, you can integrate with the GitHub also. You can able to integrate. You can able to integrate with the and we can integrate the big bucket, the GitHub, all those things. So as of now, my code will be stored in where I store the code commit. So I will select the code commit. Whenever you are doing this Bitbucket, all those things, right? For those things and all, it will ask when you logged in the browser, it automatically validate the credentials. Okay, so this is a code commit done. The repository name, it automatically show you the repository, what all the repositories you had. So I'm having a someone protect the repository. Branch name will be the main. Okay, so here change detection options will be there, right? So this is for the automatic deployment options. See, you can able to see use Amazon CloudWatch events to automatically start my pipeline when changes occurs. So I'm clicking on this one. So whenever the changes happen in the code commit, my repository, that time it should trigger the pipeline and it should deploy the code. Got it. So output artifact format. I'm using the code pipeline default artifact format. So this AWS code pipeline will be the use the pipeline to check periodically, not immediately. This will be do the automatically immediately. Like you don't take the time. So when you push the code right now, so you have updated something on this one, right? Automatically it will trigger the pipeline and it will run the pipeline. Okay, but in the using the code pipeline, we can periodically, like weekly once, daily once, like that it will be there, right? Like that we can able to schedule. Got it? So done. Output artifact format, like I'm using the default format. Click on next. So here build providers, AWS code builder, Jenkins. So we are not building anything. Like we are giving the only sample web application, right? Web application we don't need to build anything. Because for the building model, we are maintaining any project. If you go with the Java, all those things, right? We need to build a Maven build, all those things it will be there. Okay. As of now, we are not having any builds, right? So when it came, right, code build. So we'll see in that time. So we'll cover the code build, all those things in the Jenkins, so all those things it will be there. On the time we will see. Okay. So as of now, we don't require this build stage. I'm skipping the build stage. Skip. Here, deploy option will be there. What is mean? Where we need to deploy? Where we need to deploy? We have created the one deployed, right? If you want deployed in the cloud formation, you can use the cloud formation. Cloud deploy, Elastic Bean Stack, S3 public, skill, ECS. And if you want to store it deployed in S3, right? S3 now, what you can do, you can store the static website, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose a CodeDeploy. Why? Because already I created one application over there, right? So I want to show it in the EC2 instance. So by using I'm selecting the CodeDeploy. To select the CodeDeploy, right? It will ask you for the application name. Okay, what is the application? Demo application. And after that, it will ask for the deployment group. Click on deployment group. Click on next. So everything it will be done. Okay, just we need to create the pipeline. Okay, done. It will throw all the things, right? Congratulations, the pipeline has been created. If you want to create a notification rule, you can create it. So here it will be checking. AWS code commit will be in the progress. Right. Here you can able to see the code commit got succeeded. So after that, what it will do? It will trigger to the deploy. So it will run the progress. It will check all those things and it will deploy accordingly. It will update to us. It will be also success. And if you see here in the pipeline, we had the one option called edit. Click on edit. So here we want to add any stages, right? So from here we can add stages, add stage, add stage. If you want after the source, if you want to add any stage, right, you can able to add. So I will see later. See, deploy is succeed. Okay, okay. This as of now, it's working like it works, right? Click on refresh this one. The website is up and now. What it did, it copied the code from the code commit and it moved to the our server. From the server, it moved to the server location to which location it got moved. So where www/html. Right. So that is our website root path. So we have moved to that one. So those things are all where we got updated in the sense like we have updated in the abstract.yml one file will be there, right? Here you can able to see. Abspec YML .yml is there, right? So in that file we have updated the things. What source /index.html. Okay, it will copy all the files, right? So I'm selecting index.html. Destination will be where www./html. Okay, done. So it's up and running. See, okay, just 1 minute. It's coming up. So here we have seen, right? All the things it got succeeded, all the things it got done. So what we'll do, we'll go and update the some content in the index.html. Okay. Okay, what are the things? CodeDeploy, code. This content will be there, right? We update something. Okay, where we need to go to here. Index.html. I'm updating directly here. Like if you update it in the local, right? Again, you need to commit, you need to push all those things you need to do, right? So what I'm doing, I'm updating in the code commit. Okay, editor. Or else we'll do one thing. We'll add one more H1 time. Okay. Practical demo session on CI/CD. Done. Okay. Here, if you see only AWS CI/CD only, it will be there, right? So what we'll do, we'll commit the changes. Update, commit changes. Done. So it's got committed, right? We'll go and check the pipeline. See, in progress. You can able to see. Automatically it got triggered and it progressed. So see, you can able to see edited. What from the source, which source it got edited, all the things you can able to see edited index.html. Okay, it will check the deployment option. And what it will do, it will deploy it to the source and destination. We'll see the deployment is going on, right? We'll check and run the things on. So here it will be update the site. So deployment is done. Right. We'll go and refresh the page. Right. It got updated, right? Okay. So I told you, right? We can add the stages here. Editor. Add stage in the commit in the place of commit and deploy. I'm adding the stage. Click on add stage. Approve. approval. Just I'm giving the approval, just name. Okay, add action group. Which action? Action. Here you can able to see approval, manual approval. These things it will be there. Like you want these many things will be there, right? So what I'm going to do, like if you want to test, testing will be there, right? We need to check the code testing, all those things it will be there, right? Here by using the test, code build, Jenkins, Ghost Inspector, UI testing, all those things we can run from here. But as of now, I'm doing manually. I'm approving the things. Okay, here you can able to see the SNS topic. When you got the approval, when you got code commit is done, right? Again, it will come to the approval, right? You need to get to know, right? Somebody got pushed the code to you, so you need to approve. So if you give the SNS things and all, you will get the email alert to you. Okay, as of now, I'm not selecting anything. Done. Okay, so manual approval. What I will do, I will save it. Save. So it not yet executed anytime. So what we'll do again, we'll go to the pipeline, sorry, repositories. We'll update code again. Then the pipeline will be run right automatically. So this is the one, repositories, Infotech. What we'll do, we'll give the got approved. Okay, just I saved this one. Approved. Commit changes. I have committed. Come down here. Refresh. See, just now it got updated. See, approval in progress. So here is a manual approval, waiting for the approval. If deployment is done, no, right? So if anybody push the code also, our website is not impacting immediately. Why? Because we need to approve the code. So how to do those things and all? Click on here, review. So here we need to give the comments. So I have approved. So like if anybody got updated, right, they will come to us, right? They will tell to us like we have updated this one, we have pushed the code. So we will review the code and we will tell, right? Here we'll give the I have approved. So approve. See, approved. Done. Next, what it will do? It will check for the next stage, deploy stage. Let's see. Done. Approve is done. Next, it going to deploy in progress. Got it. So in the real time, they will do the they will see the this like only like approve stage. They will keep the stages and testing stage will be different and or sanity testing or that kind of thing it will be there. Those things will be updated in the like in the CI/CD process in the pipeline. Okay, everything will be work in the same way. Yeah, it got succeeded. So we'll go and check it. See, practical demonstration on CI/CD got approved. So when we got approved, right, in that time only we are getting the this one, right? None. This is about the like CI/CD. The code pipeline. We have what we did code deploy. Sorry, code commit to code deploy code pipeline. So by this way, we can wind up the session today.